Hello everyone, KitbashCarnage here. So today we're taking a look at part 2 of 4 of the portal, or basically the portal we made out of iced coffee containers and XPS foam and stuff. So this is where we have got so far. So here's just me showing you how we can take these off. I've purposely done this for ease of transportation, because we all know when you're transporting like terrain and stuff, it's more likely to break. So in order to kind of counteract that, we have this so you can just screw off. So here we have a few bits. We're just going to make basically the faithful. So the faithful are going to be the followers or the worshippers, the slaves to the portal or the gateway, like the demonic warp. So if you didn't know already, my army is based off of the Word Bearers Legion, or a faction in Chaos. So here we're just going to make, basically, like I said, the slaves to the portal, the worshippers, the faithful ones. These are going to be the guys who take care of the portal and keep feeding its demonic kind of demon-esque portal, and keep feeding it with, you know, all the worshipping. And yeah. Also, I do apologize. I think I have a cold at the moment, so if I sound a little bit off, it's just because I have a bit of a sniffy nose and stuff, so apologies for that. So here we're just looking through loads of different bits boxes, just trying to get a few bits just to stick these together. I couldn't tell you what they are or what kits they're from, unfortunately. You know what this channel is like, KitbashCarnage. But we're just sticking a few bits together, trying to make... we're going for like a demon kind of mechanical look. So like I said, these are the worshippers of the portal. So they're the portal's slaves to darkness, basically. So these guys are going to be mutated and looking very decayish kind of. So you'll see we had a few Nurgle pieces in here, just so we can have that decay look, because on a lot of the Death Guard figures, you have, you know, that decayish kind of boils and stuff. And using bits that have all these kind of textures and details makes it easier, basically, so you don't have to use green stuff to put all these boils like we have in previous projects. Or in part 1 of this video, like you'd see, we use milliput in order to create these type of boil effects. So you can do this on miniatures, but having the actual bits that create the effect for you just saves a lot of time. And this is where keeping every type of bit that you find, whether you think it's not going to come in handy or not, textures, everything really comes in handy at the end of the day. The little tub you see there in the top left hand of the screen, that is like overly painted bits that are just what people would have just thrown away. But when you keep these type of things, you can use them in certain situations to enhance or add more character to certain things. So as you see here, we're trying to create, like, what I was going for here is like an ice pick. I was thinking about putting a skull through the pick there that we just done, but I later turned around and thought it would have been way too much unnecessary work for me. So we attached this lightning claw or power fist type of thing, and I prefer, later after this was all done and dusted, I preferred this outcome instead of going through the matter of putting like a skull attached to the cleaver type of ice pick thing. So sometimes you may think an idea is what you want it to be, but you know you may surprise yourself. So just always bear with your ideas and let your creativity just flow naturally. Don't try and stop your natural instincts. You know, yes, you may make a mistake, but this is all about the learning process, and this is what, you know, especially this channel is all about. It's just about learning and seeing what we can do in the time with the materials we have, you know. So here you see me attaching this claw. So I really like this kind of claw on this guy. He turned out to be like a zombie looking guy, but I wanted to add more to him, and later down the line you'll see we end up molding or sculpting an extra finger, and this we use to add more detail and character to the actual mold, the model itself. So as this is what I'm talking about here, so you can see we're adding a piece of green stuff to the little notch there where there would have been a finger or some sort of something else there anyway. Now we're just making sure that the green stuff is attached nicely to the plastic, and then we're creating a little point and we're attaching that then to the green stuff that we secured onto the model itself, or the miniature. And then this is where we're creating this claw, or this third finger that we were talking about. And this later on I use to hold the skull in place, just to add more character and more kind of uniqueness to this model itself. So we're just using a hobby crafting knife just to score little lines into this claw and move it into the position we want it to be. And yeah, just basically get these little details into it, give it a bit of texture and definition. A bit of, yeah, like I said, just a bit, gives it more character. I'm dropping skulls all over the place, but like you see here, we're trying to figure out what type of skull to use, what will fit this claw or this hand, and we end up going for what looks like a small type of orc skull type of thing, and this just fitted in perfectly into the natural shape. And then we're using some super glue just to hold that bond there, because it would take the green stuff too long to set into the pose. So using super glue just to set it at that pose just then and there prevents it from any movement later down the line. And then here we're just using our hand vice drill, and we're just creating a little hole, just going back and forth with our drill bit, and then we're attaching this big giant kind of drill bit to the actual miniature itself. So I thought just the way he looked, his aesthetics, is suited, just instead of having another arm, just a giant machine attached to him. I really liked it. You know, I liked the way all this came out, and like I said, these are supposed to be the followers or the slaves of the portal. So the portal itself is like a demonic warp. It's a gateway to the demonic side, and that would be an actual machine, but like it's like I said, it has the demonic demons inside of it, so it's half machine, half physical being, or you know, demon machine gateway type whatever thing. So having the followers or the faithful guys who are slaves to it, more demonic machinery kind of looking, goes along with the whole aesthetics. Plus our actual Mutant Bearers of Faith army, its head HQ guy, or the head, you know, guy in the army is going to be Vashtor. So it all kind of goes into the mechanical theme we're going for in our army. So like I said previously, if you have pieces that have all these boils and bumps and nodules and stuff like this, a lot of the Nurgle kind of Death Guard guys would have these. So a bit like this we can just add on, and we already have a lot of the texture. So just adding a small bit of green stuff to create that bond between the materials, and then we can add more texture on the green stuff, and this generally just blends all in, and it makes the whole piece look like one actual piece. So just making sure we have a good bond there, using our sculpting crafting tool, taking bits away and adding bits here, just to make sure that it looks correct and somewhat of a biological, or it doesn't have to look 100%, but it needs to look somewhat realistic. So just doing the best you can to get them materials bonded nice and secure, and then going over with some type of pen or hobby crafting tool or sculpting tool, or anything, just to add that little bit of texture, like I said, to blend it all in. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with what we have so far. Just adding little bits of detail here and there, some grenades on the sides, some skulls and stuff like that, just to add more characteristics, more detail onto the individual models. Here you see we got a piece of guitar string, and we just bent this. I noticed on the arm of the zombie guy we made, there was like little nodules coming out, so we just bent this and we glued it onto that, making it look more kind of machinery or tentacle type of look, which kind of goes with our whole army's aesthetic. So yeah, thank you very much for sticking with me on this journey. Thank you all. Don't forget to leave your comments, subscribe if you haven't already. Like, more than 50% of people aren't subscribed to watch, so don't forget to hit that notification bell to be notified. And thank you all for bearing with me on this amazing journey we've taken together.